Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Master Obi 197. I'm Josh. Also, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of my subscribers and viewers. I hope all of you enjoyed the holidays. In this video, I'm going to review the Clone Wars episode Ambush. Ambush is the first episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars that ever aired. However, Ambush takes place after the episode Supply Lines, which I reviewed in my last video. In the episode Ambush, Jedi Master Yoda goes to a remote neutral moon to negotiate with King Katunko of Tordaria to allow the Republic to build a base on Tordaria. Yoda and his troops are ambushed by Separatist forces. Yoda and 3 clone troopers take an escape pod to the surface while Yoda orders his ship to escape. Meanwhile, Asajj Ventress meets King Katunko on the surface and activates a hologram of her master, Count Dooku. Count Dooku urges King Katunko to join the Separatists and says Master Yoda's powers have been exaggerated. After arriving on the surface, Yoda contacts King Katunko via hologram. Ventress proposes that Yoda prove that he's the great Jedi warrior he's said to be. She says that she'll send her best troops to capture Yoda, and that if Yoda defeats them, then King Katunko can join the Republic. However, she says that if her droids defeat Yoda, for King Katunko to join the Separatists. Yoda accepts the challenge. Ventress sends her droid forces after Yoda and the clones. Yoda and the 3 clone troopers defeat Ventress's forces. King Katunko then tells Count Dooku that he will be joining the Republic and that he doesn't deal with those who break their words, as Yoda wasn't given a fair fight. Dooku then orders Ventress to kill King Katunko, but he is saved by Yoda. Ventress escapes, and Dooku tells Yoda, his old master, that it was a pity he wasn't there in person. Yoda then says it was a pity indeed, calling Dooku his fallen apprentice before Dooku's hologram vanishes. Yoda then tells King Katunko that they can begin negotiations. King Katunko then tells Yoda that that won't be necessary, as he's decided that Tordaria will join the Republic and that he'd be honored to host the Republic base. I really enjoyed this episode, and I think it was a good episode for the series to premiere with. Also, the quote that appears at the beginning of this episode is great leaders inspire greatness in others. Also, the original quote for this episode was, great leadership comes in all sizes. Anyways, I like how this episode was a Yoda-centric episode. And focused on Yoda, and it shows him leading the clones. Also, I like how it showed the side of Yoda that's a mentor and a teacher, and shows him teaching the clones, like in the scene where he tells them that when one of the clones tells him that they all share the same face. Yoda tells them that eyes can deceive them, and that through the Force, very different each of them are. Like he tells one of the clones that he's too focused on the enemy, and and instead for inspiration look to himself and those beside him. Then Yoda advises another clone, Thyre, not to rush into fights or pick fights, as it prolongs the war, and that only by surviving it would he prevail. Also, I liked at the end of the episode how Yoda handles Ventress. I like how he stops her from killing King Katunko and disarms Ventress with just the Force. How he tells her, strong you are with the dark side, young one, but not that strong, and then he gives her her lightsabers back with the Force. I also like the humor with the bow droids in this episode. I like how near the beginning of the episode, when one of the bow droids shoots at Yoda's escape pod and misses, and then another bow droid says, what a terrible shot! And then the bow droid that tried shooting at Yoda's escape pod then says, well, it's my programming. And I also liked later in the episode when another bow droid, just before he's about to get cut down by Yoda, says, but I just got promoted. I also liked how Yoda's musical theme played at the end of this episode. Anyways, these are some thoughts I have on this episode. Anyways, please let me know what y'all's thoughts are on Ambush in the comments below. Thank you all for watching my video. Y'all have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and may the Force be with you.